Together we can show the world what we can do. You are next to me and I'm next to you. Pushing on through until the battle's won. No one's gonna give nothing to us. Into each other we put our trust. Standing united after the fight is done.
Alright. Yo. This week's episode of My Hero Academia Season 3, episode 11. That day has come. Yeah. Oh my god, bro. Dude. Yeah. Studio Bones. Big clap to Studio Bones. Oh my god. Yo. Fuck, man. Yo. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus. Woo! This episode, man. Oh my god. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Well, we gotta do this right. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Everybody get up, it's time to slam now. We got a real jam, alright. Come on and slam, and welcome to the jam. Come on and slam, just get the slam jam. Come on and slam, and welcome to the jam. Come on and slam, just it's time to slam jam. Party people in the house, let's go. It's your boy JC, alright. So, that's that thing, watch me play. Behind my back, you know what's the jam. All in the face,
Yo, this week's episode right here, the final fight between All Might versus One for All. And I kind of wish I did a live reaction to this actual episode, because the thing is, I didn't know how this episode was going to play out, because I didn't know if we were going to finish the fight or if the fight was going to finish in the next episode. But it turns out I was wrong. It actually finished in this episode, and I freaking wish I would have done a live reaction to the actual episode itself, but apparently that didn't work out. But you know what? That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. Yeah, I wish I could have done it, but as a manga reader, which, by the way, I have to make a big video announcement when it comes to the manga, but that's for the manga folks. But I'll make a separate video for that when I get to it. When I get to it. But as of now, let's talk about this episode. So basically, we find out even more stuff about the backstory with All Might and how he actually got One for All. And the reason why he wanted the same power as his master was because he wanted to create a world a world of peace where people can smile and know that they're going to be okay. They know that they're going to be safe from any kinds of threats whatsoever. And honestly, that is the kind of society that All Might wanted to create it. But over the years, it has not been that easy, because year after year, there's always been threats of other villains actually attacking. Like, every year, there's always big numbers of massive threats coming about. So when it comes to actually that society or that dream of All Might, I really got to give him props for something so deep that he has to do. But apparently, now since he actually got the injury, we did find out that this was the exact kind of moment, the exact kind of fight that he got himself into, and why his body is like that as of today, where he goes back to his normal state of form. He becomes really skinny and vulnerable. So that's basically exactly what happens. So with that going on, not only that, but we have the continuation fight, and we see that All Might's powers are already pretty much draining away. While that's going on, we have the other kinds of heroes, that are trying to help. Because we got Endeavor in them, they actually enter into the scene that All Might needs backup. Because by then, All Might finally turns into his skinny self. And with that, with his skinny self in mind, he didn't want that image to become public. He really didn't. He didn't want his fatal image to become public to the world, that he is exactly what he is. A shell of his former self. Like, he didn't really want that. That's pretty obvious. He wanted to show the world that he was amazing, he was cool, that he will do anything he can to protect people from actual villains actually trying to take away their innocent smiles. So that's exactly what All Might really is and what he represents as the ultimate #1 hero. But then we also got another big revelation that the master of One For All, the actual sensei of All Might, Shigaraki, is actually her grandson. Yes, and One For All actually trained her grandson to actually hate All Might, to actually defeat him and kill him in one-on-one combat one of these days. And with All Might, it actually kind of broke him down inside. It's like, shit, like, really? Like, after all this time, I didn't even know this. And he's just like, yo, it's just insane. So when it comes to that moment alone, like, I thought that was actually really well done. But let's just get to the actual stuff itself. Like, the animation, again, Studio Bones, props to them. Beautiful, god tier animation, absolutely stunning, especially during the big moment that we anime fans have been waiting for the longest time. For the longest time. And that is the United States of Smash, baby. And I'm not talking about fucking Smash Brothers. I'm talking about the fucking One For All. So he basically used up whatever was last of One For All to actually defeat One For All. I know, it's weird. And then after that, he's decimated. He just decimated one, and the shockwave was just like, ow! The shockwave impact was massively huge. Like, buildings and streets and whole kinds of crazy shit was just all over the place. It was all over the place. Oh man. Oh man. Oh dude, like, it was so yo, oh my god, holy fucking shit, man. Oh man. And even with that, One For All was defeated. However, though, All Might has lost all the power he can to actually transform. I mean, he can in a way, but not for too long. And we know now that after he lost that, he gives a very faint message at the very end, where basically, like, and I really do like too how, like, every single, like, student of UA was actually watching the fight as well. And that was actually a really nice touch. I did like how all the students were all, like, watching the actual fight itself. That was pretty cool. And also, I watched the English dub version of this, by the way. Yeah, I know, sue me with the dub. But Christopher Sabat, props to Christopher Sabat for an amazing job as All Might. He performed All Might beautifully well done. I imagine exactly the way from the actual page from the manga. I absolutely enjoyed it. I absolutely loved it. Oh my god, it was so great. And the way he just performed All Might was just phenomenal, especially the emotional side, where he knows that there are some regrets, especially how it turns out that Shigaraki is the enemy of All Might now, and Shigaraki, of course, is the grandson of the owner of One For All, or All For One. So yeah, oh my god, dude, the power of All For One against One For All, and then, oh boy, yo, it's just crazy. So I really like that too. Also, when the cameras return and then he points his finger as an actual message, and the message was clear to Midoriya, because when we saw Midoriya, he knew exactly what it was. It was actually All Might saying, Midoriya, you're next. It's your turn. It's your turn to become the next savior of peace. And this Midoriya is just breaking down, crying. He's just like seeing his greatest, his idol pretty much suffer the way he is right now. And honestly, it's like, wow. I mean, just seeing that, man, just like, it actually kind of, wow, it was kind of heartbreaking. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was actually pretty heartbreaking to actually see that. And that scene alone was actually just done really well done. So yeah, that's basically it when it comes to this episode. Overall, the ending fight result was just absolutely amazing. We saw the other heroes go in, but then Divir, of course, they tried to go in too. Even though they weren't really the most powerful enough to stop him, it was still nice enough to actually see, and especially the way they all cheered him on. Yeah, you can call, like, you know, kind of like the old, like, this whole Goku motion, and they cheered for the Spirit Bomb, etc. Kind of like that, but it was still really cool. So definitely a 5 out of 5 episode. Definitely an incredibly lit episode. Definitely one of the best episodes we had of season 3. By far, bar none, of the season. Best episode, or just best episode ever. At least confirmed. Confirmed right now. Studio Bones put their hard work, their soul, and their money into this actual episode, and honestly did a really great job. So that's all I gotta say on this episode. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below of this week's episode of My Hero Academia Season 3, Episode 11. Like I said, for the manga folks, I know I haven't gotten to the manga live reactions, but there's a typically good reason why, and maybe I'll update on Twitter on that, but I will also, if I don't make a video, I will update on Twitter. But if not, I will also make an actual video on that, since there is no One Piece chapter during next week. So there's a good explanation why I'm about a couple chapters behind regardless. Well, live reaction wise, it'd be like 3 chapters, but I'm actually just behind 2 chapters in general because of, you know, it came out really late. One of them came out really late. One just recently came out, which I was unaware of. So I'm like about 2 chapters behind, but that's another video for another time. Until then, that's it. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. Click that bell to join the squad. Follow my social media plugins, my gamer tags. Also, if you haven't, please join the Plus Ultra Discord down below. And that's it. And as always, peace, soul, love, chicken grease, and the sky is the limit. And manga fans, keep supporting Rich Read What You Watch. And that's it. And remember, go beyond. Plus Ultra. United States. I pledge allegiance to the United States of Smash.